like right after the Shiva, about 10 minutes. Arba Midas, Pirkei Avos. Arba Midas, B'noizne tzedakah. There's 4 characteristics, Midas, B'noizne tzedakah. The person speak about the mitzvah tzedakah is one of the Torah mitzvahs. So why is it that the Chazal were not mesaken? Why didn't they institute to make a bracha by the mitzvah tzedakah? One teretz is that it's told of das acherim. Every bracha chiyuvis that the Chazal were mesaken a bracha on is something that you yourself depends only on the one who's doing the mitzvah himself. He wants to put on some tefillin, so he buys himself, goes to the shaver, knocks out for tefillin, has a tefillin, and he puts on tefillin. Shaver wasn't, every mitzvah, the Torah mitzvahs, it's only told in him. He has to have the chayfetz, the article to make the bracha with, to make the mitzvah, become mitzvah. But tzedakah, there's a notion and a makabel. The one who's given kind of mitzvah will give his tzedakah, and one, the recipient, who's receiving it. So it depends on if there's a makabel always there, which there isn't always there. You can never know. Even though it seems like he's ready to be to receive, to take the tzedakah, at the last minute he might change his mind. So somebody once said, he said he loved to give tzedakah. He said he's so enthralled by the idea of giving tzedakah. The only thing is it shouldn't cost any money. There was in Berditchev, there was a Yid who had a shem, he had a name as a Kamson, that he would never participate. It wasn't about tzedakah at all. So when he left this world, his children came to the Chevra Kadisha to buy a carcass, where to put their father. So they like come much here was the opportunity for them to collect for all the years. Whenever they would approach him to give, he would never respond. So they set a very steep price for the carcass. So they are outraged. The whole sichsuch and big vikuach between the Yosemim and the Chevra Kadisha. So the settlers, they had to go to the Berditchev Rabbi, the leaders of Berditchev. When he heard who it was about, who was the nifter, so he said, whatever the children want to give you, take. Not only that, he said, I myself, I'm going to Levi it. The Adam heard that Berditchev Rabbi was going to Levi it. There was a tremendous Kol Achar, a tremendous Levi. The Chevra Kadisha, they were frustrated, they were beside themselves. Here they had the Yisraelim, and they had money. He was a Yidach Gevir. Here they had money, they were able to pay the price they wanted. Why did Berditchev Rabbi let them out of their hands? They couldn't understand it. So after the Levi, one of the Chevra Kadisha took the courage in his hands, and he went over to Levi Yitzchak. He said to Rebbe, he said, what's the pshat? He says, why in the world didn't you let us deal with the children themselves? We had them all the years. Whenever anybody approached him, he never would. So I'll tell you. He said, with this Yid, he said, there came before me him with another Baldin, 4 din Torahs. And he won each and every one of them. And I'll tell you what the din Torahs are about. There was one time a wine broker, and he used to collect money, he used to supply, he would take orders from retailers, wine retailers. He'd take deposits from them and come to Berditchev and order the wine, pay for it. That was his parnosim. He came to the Berditchev one time with the money that he collected to buy the wine, and we checked into a stanchi, a hotel, and then in the morning he wakes up to leave. He can't find the money in his pockets. He starts to search. At first he'll find it. There's no churiyik, but the more he searches, he can't find it. He can't find it. It's not there. So from great Tsar, he's umgliklach, gechalished. So they quickly brought a doctor. The doctor revived him. And as soon as he had the man to remind himself of his hefsid and rub that he lost a fortune, it's a very gechalished. And this kept on repeating itself, this scene. And there came together a crowd, a tremendous oilam. Amongst the crowd was this gevir that he had a name as a Kamsen. So the doctor said it's of no avail. He says, it's going to help him. He says, every time we revive him, remind himself of his tsar, chalish devaiter, their yidid game from the Welt. The only issue is that if somebody finds his money somewhere. All right, it's becoming for you. The yid, this one who had a shem as a Kamsen, he had was a handelslach. So when they revived him one more time, he ran over. He said, Rabbi, I found your money. Here's your money. Here it is. Doesn't them girat in the audience, in the crowd that gathered from the big tumult, was the one who really found the money. He had no nuchas hanevish. His conscience gave him no. He was the real ganif. And here I hear the azami shein zach. He takes from his own pocket money to save somebody's life, and he almost cost. I'm sure. So remember the shavek from the Welt. So he, but he doesn't do anything about it. He goes home. A day passes, 2 days passes, and he can't live with himself. He decides he has to go to this gevir, to his office, and tell him the story. Tell him some kind of excuse. So he told me, he says, you know, you just said my goodness, what you geratet, I am kein Nefesh Yisrael, you geratet Ayidin. He said, I really found it, but I didn't get a chance, some kind of excuse to give the money. He said, here's the money back that you laid out to save them. He said, I don't want it. He said, what do you mean you don't want it? You didn't, that wasn't his money. This is his money. He said, Shepherd's a hope from there. He said, I wouldn't take it. So he was ashamed, embarrassed. What's he? He slept into the dinner to the Berditchev. He slept into the dinner by me, the Berditchev. So the one who found the money tells this side of the story. He says, Rebbe, he said it wasn't his money that he gave back. He took from his own. It wasn't the money of the one who lost it. He said, here's the money that. He said he won't take it from me. What? He said, Love me, he said, what's Hadir Tzazam? So he says, Rebbe, he says he had plenty of time, he says, to come forward with the money. He says, it was Nizdam, I had this chuz, it came to my hands, to be Mekayim Nefesh Yisrael. He says, I wouldn't give up that mitzvah for Kol Hain Di Almeh. He said, as he says, so that's one dinner that you want. A second dinner, he said, to the Yida, Muslim Zalnik, that couldn't find parnosia. He wanted to go maybe Yam. He wanted many times, maybe Mishal Mazel, he'll find parnosia. His wife wouldn't hear of it. If he's here, they haven't got tea. If the vegans are not, so he wished he wouldn't hear it. One day, he comes home. He says to him, "Chayke Mazel Tov. I got a stelle." He said, "I got a stelle by taking a snifter. I got a stelle, and he's going to every week. You'll come Thursday. You'll come every Thursday to the accountant, to the cashier's office. He's going to give you for my week's schiris. I'm going to be gone for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. No, das ist schon, also ich bei Mamisch, das ist schon, ich kann dann sagen, she couldn't say no. So he left. The first Thursday rolls around, and she presents herself by the cashier's office, and she said, my husband Shimon has a job here, and I'm supposed to come every Thursday to collect the check. Shimon who? So she starts to look at his book. I don't see any Shimon here. What do you mean you don't see Shimon? I'm supposed to come every time. I haven't got what to eat. My husband, he was hired here. You have to give me his wages. She said, she starts to scream at him. And she raises her voice, and by Tatumah, people come running. The Balabas himself, he hears the screaming and the howling, and she verstanden with the tutzach. So he goes over to his accountant and he says to him, "Oh," he said, "I forgot to tell you." He said, "Package is direct. I forgot to mention you. You have to give her kach every week. Every Thursday, you'll give her this and this amount." Her husband was Meir Layam. He comes back 2 months later, and he comes home, red garnished, and you see, Bafalten nicht. She's not angry with him or anything. He doesn't know what to make of it. He doesn't bring up the subject at all. She doesn't bring it up. He doesn't bring it up. He couldn't understand what happened. It wasn't Yishemda. Slowly she told him the story. He said, just like you said, Shimon, every Thursday I should go to the... He listens to what she says. You go, what? He said, like you told me, I should go every Thursday to the office and I'll get the schir. He said, they gave it to you? He said, yeah, every Thursday. I tell about him, he couldn't understand how, what. He couldn't wait till the next morning to go to the office, to go to the Malabos, to this Kamsen. So he says to him, "Thank you very much what you did. You helped me." He says, "Here, 6 weeks times so much." He says, "Here, I want to pay you back." So he said, "Pay me back what? More?" "No, forget about it." He said, "What do you mean? I wasn't looking for... I was looking for some kind of shoes to go out, Baruch Hashem. I was matzliach. My wife wouldn't let me go. I had to make up some kind of story." So he said, "Here, it's a halvoy, that's all. It's a gemach. Here's back the money." He said, he's embarrassed. He slept in the Berditchev. He comes to Berditchev, and Berditchev asked one of his daughters, he said, "You tell me what." So he told him the story. He said, "Rebbe." He said, "I made up some kind of story. My wife wouldn't let me go. And I told her that I'm going abroad, I'm hired by this man, and he never hired me. He said, and he was so nice. He took it, he laid out every week the money. I want to pay him back." He said, "I have such bushi from it. Please, you should take it back." He wouldn't take it back. So Berditchev turns to this other yid. He says to him, "Was that your Rebbe?" He said, "I didn't make any kind of deal with him." He said, "Didiat. I never." He said, I didn't have what to eat. Her husband left her like this, so I had Rahmanas on her." He said, I never gave her any kind of t'nai." He said, "No, absolutely not. I wouldn't take a penny from him." But there's Yerech. One third in Torah. A yid that was one time, he was comfortable, and he was a yored. He lost everything he had. So he came to the same Kamsen, and he said he has an opportunity to make according to the Schar Rachim Hefsek, an investment. He needs 10,000 rubles for 6 months. So this Kamsen says to him, "You are yored. Because you can't put it by neshama. You have nothing, no collateral. Why should I want, who'll be the order? Who'll guarantee it?" He said, "The Rebbe Shlomo." "Oh," he said, "that's the best." He said, "Okay, here's the 10,000 rubles, go make your investment." Some 6 months later, he comes back, and he was matzliach, and he wants to repay the halvoy. Well, so he says, "I'm going to take it now. It's paid already. It's paid. People can fly." So what do you mean it's paid? Who paid it? Where paid it? When? I didn't pay it. I'm the one that took it. I have to pay it. What do you mean? He said, "No." He said, "It's all paid up. Forget about it." At Betzalem, he said, he said, "I didn't come to ask for Nedove." He said, "I want to know how boy, please. Better take it back." Yeah, he slept into a Berditchev and didn't pay it. He came by Berditchev, so first the one who took the halvoy told her, he says, "Rebbe," he says, "Ich hab nicht gebeten Kind in der Dove. I wasn't, I came, I was for a misker, I needed halvay for 6 months. And I told him I'll give him back when I come back. So here I was Masliach, I want to pay him back, he won't take it. So my Berditchev turns to him, he said to the Mali, he says, what's up to your Rebbe? He says, Rebbe, he says, when I asked him who's going to be the Orev, who will guarantee the Halvoye, because he didn't have a foot of Neshama. He said, the Rebbe repaid me Kelum Keflayim, he said, so it's all paid off already. So the Berditchev said, look, it's up to Zayid, that's given the ones, these kind of interiors, doesn't he deserve a makom kovet for Chanat Makar Shoimer. Raza Kodesh Baruch Zaki says Yisrael. The thing of everyone Torah Mitzvah Shneimar. Ad Nechol is my chief coin. Yagol Torah v'Yadir.
Skadol v'Skadish Meirabo, B'Amudi Baruch Hu Rusay v'Amechon.